Hello, good morning, Professor. My name is Gurpreet Singh. My student ID number is ST20321027. I am talking about managing extreme weather events, a global public management perspective, and now is introduction. The experience increase in heat waves and flooding in the United Kingdom stresses the preparedness capability of the country. The presentation begins by defining extreme weather as climate related catastrophes that have increased the frequency and severity of their occurrence in climate change. And now talking about the next slide, is why extreme weather is a global challenge. Extreme weather is a global challenge driven by greenhouse gas emission, industrializations, and deforestation. Economic globalization wars on its effects as floods in Asia can dispute European supply chains, and droughts in Africa reduce exports. Climate induced mitigations and food insecurity also create cross-border humanitarian strains. As discussed in week 5, the Earth's climate system is exceeding safety planetary boundaries, demanding collective governments. Effective management requires both national adaptation policies and strong international corporations under frameworks like the Paris Agreements. Actors and institutions managing extreme weather. This slide identifies the key players and organizations that handle the occurrence of extreme weather on the international scale. The UNFCCC sets forms like the Paris Agreement, whereby the states set mitigations and adaptation targets. The IPCC is an epistemic community that offers scientific experiments in order to make decisions based on authoritative knowledge. Banks and other financial institutions provide support to adaptations activities and capacity building in the third world countries. In the regional and local levels, the organization, including the European Union and the city alliances like C40 cities, are utilizing practical adaptations measures and are publishing resilience informations. The non-governmental organizations, research institutions, and the private sector are the civil society actors that can fill in critical gaps in the form of innovations, advocacy, and emergency responses. This can be the Red Cross Climate Centers or the Forest Stewardship Council that advocates climate hosting and disaster preparedness. And now I'm talking about next slide, evaluating the effectiveness of current management. This assessment discuss the existing provisionals, the success and the continued failure on a positive note through such international efforts like the Paris Agreement and SDG 13. Climate resilience has risen to become a common policy agenda. The slide identifies some of the weaknesses that are based on the public management theory to being with the international climate agreements rely on national communities which are not mining and do not have mechanism of checking accountability. Second, ability to climate finance is skewed. High income countries have the technical know how to raise funds, and low income countries have to face complicated bureaucracy challenges such as imbalance compromises the fairness and general adaptation ability. Third, multiple institutions are a source of fragmentations. UN agencies, development banks, and NGOs do not always cooperate with each other but rather share their tasks. Current governments relies on collaborative management, where international and national institutions share responsibility. However, scholars note gaps in adaptive management and resilience building. That lack of coordination mechanism limits long-term policy effectiveness. And now I'm talking about next slide, recommendations and conclusion. Training, risk evaluation, and interagency coordination enable institutions to act protectively during crises. Monetary system must be transparent and fair to help financial limited nations safeguard citizen and infrastructures. Implementing digital tools such as AI-based forecasting and global information platforms can strengthen early warning system and coordination. Greater inclusion in financing for vulnerable reasons, stronger business civil partnerships, and improved data sharing are vital. Overall, extreme weather challenges demand innovation, inclusivity, and lasting cooperation, strengthening multi-level governments, building capacity, and integrating adaptive management principles into national frameworks will enhance global resilience and reduce policy fragmentations. And now some references is here. All right, thank you. Bye bye.